Hello everyone, my name is Nikola IVANICOVA and I'm currently a PhD student at the Slovak University of Agriculture in Nitra at the Faculty of Economics and Management at the Institute of Economic Policy and Finance. Today, I'm going to present the results of a research paper on the topic analysis of buying behavior in the milk market. The presentation is divided into three main parts. First of all, we are going to shortly introduce the topic. Secondly, we are going to state the objective of the research paper. Then we are going to examine the main results and what we have found out. In the end, of course, we are going to summarize it all. In recent years, in Slovakia, we have seen a steady decline in both the consumption and production of milk, with factors like rising inflation and reduction in dairy cows playing a significant role. This raises important questions about how different generations are behaving in the milk market. Dairy products, including milk, play a crucial role in household nutrition globally, providing essential sources of protein, fat, and energy. However, despite these nutritional benefits, Slovakia's dairy industry has faced significant challenges. Understanding how consumer groups, especially Generation X and Y, with their significant purchasing power and distinct generational experiences, are responding to these shifts is essential. According to generational cohort theory, each generation has unique preferences shaped by the cultural, political, and economic events of their time. With a particular focus on the Slovakian region of Nitra, this study intends to investigate the milk buying behaviors of Generation X and Y. We examine the milk consumption of selected generations, offering analysis that dairy producers, retailers, and marketers can use to adjust. To gather information about buying behavior from two generations, we did a survey in the form of an online questionnaire which was done via Google Forms. During the survey, from 25th of February 2024 to 9th of March 2024, we collected 557 responses. However, only 480 respondents, out of whom 125 were men and 355 were women, matched our criteria of 3 points. To belong to one of the generations, be a resident of Nitra region, and buy milk. The split of generations was half and half. Statistical evaluation helped us establish a hypothesis which we later on tested. We used several statistical methods: Pearson's chi-squared, Kramer's test, Friedman's test, and Cronbach's alpha. We set three research assumptions. Research assumption 1: we assume no dependence between age groups and the milk brand they most frequently buy. Research assumption number 2: we assume that there is a difference between factors that influence the buying of milk of Generation X. And research assumption 3: we assume there is a difference between factors that influence the buying of milk of Generation Y. Before we go into the deep results of a questionnaire survey, let's start with the most key question: which type of milk generations most often buy? For both generations, the most common was cow's milk and lactose-free cow's milk. Both generations prefer whole type of milk and long life type of milk the most. We asked about the number of liters each respondent purchases monthly per person. The majority of Generation X participants indicated that they buy 3 to 4 liters per month per person. For Generation Y, it was 1 to 2 liters. Generation Y prefers to shop in discount store and from the specific retail stores in Lidl, which actually is a discount store. When we examined Generation X, we saw that people of this age group also shop most often at Lidl. Kobiernota was second in order with the highest number of responses. Since Generation X in the previous question showed that they shop most often in a supermarket, we can say that Kobiernota comes first among them. When asked whether the respondent takes into account the country of origin being Slovakia when buying milk, significantly the largest number of respondents from Generation X answered that they explicitly agree. It was 69.2%. For Generation Y, this percentage was a bit lower at 51.3%. When comparing these two generations, we can say that Generation X pays more attention to the country of origin of Slovakia when buying milk. Among all the questions we asked in the survey, we were interested also in finding what brand of milk respondents buy most often. For the Generation X was at the very first place Rayo brand of milk, second one was Tami and third one was Pilos. For Generation Y, the first most often bought brand was also Rayo. However, we can see also from the chart the difference between the second and third place. Pilos was in second place and Tami was third. Based on the chi-square statistical test, we found that there was no significant relationship between age group and the milk brand they most frequently, since the p-value is higher than alpha, the milk brand they buy most frequently. From Kramer's test, we gain a value of 0.17, which indicates a weak association between values. We looked into assumption 2 to see whether there were significant differences in the factors affecting Generation X's choice to purchase milk. After performing Friedman's test, we had a p-value of less than 0.001, indicating great statistical significance. This suggests that we reject the null hypothesis and says that there is a significant difference among the factors influencing Generation X decision to purchase milk. With a Cronbach's alpha of 0.906, the degree of internal consistency is high. We obtained factor categories as we can see on the slide by using the post hoc analysis. The findings show that each group's factors differ significantly from the others. Advertisement and biolabels were the specific aspects that influence consumers the least based on the mean of ranks. Conversely, the category of factors that obtained the highest number of points indicated that the particular factors that most affected the customers were quality and freshness, shelf life, country of origin, and taste. Regarding assumption 3, we were again curious to see if there were any significant differences between factors influencing Generation Y's choice of buying milk. Based on Friedman's test, the p-value suggests a strong statistical significance. There were significant differences between the factors influencing the buying of milk by Generation Y. The Cronbach's alpha coefficient of 0.859 indicates a high level of internal consistency. Similar to Generation Y, post hoc analysis show that among the factors with the least influence on Generation Y's milk buying behavior are advertisement and biolabel. The set of factors that had the most impact on consumers included shelf life, quality and freshness, country of origin, and taste. Based on the mean of ranks, we can see that there is a difference in the order of some factors between Generation X and Y. To summarize, our research focused on comparing Generation X and Y, the two largest groups with purchasing power in the Nitra region of Slovakia. Both generations showed similar preferences, with cow's milk, including whole and long life varieties, being the most consumed. Generation X tends to purchase larger quantities and places more emphasis on buying locally produced milk from Slovakia. Statistical test results showed that there is no dependence between age groups and the milk brands they buy most frequently. It was discovered that the factors influencing the buying of milk of Generation X differ significantly from one another. The outcome for Generation Y was the same. Key factors influencing milk purchases for both generations include quality, freshness, shelf life, and origin. Generation X prefers to shop in supermarkets, while Generation Y leans towards discount stores. For further research, it would be beneficial to examine how rural versus urban residency influences purchasing behavior, providing more targeted insights for producers, processors, retailers, and marketers. Thank you for your attention.